community. We were chit-chatting yesterday about soul age groups and lovely Moonlight. I don't know if Moonlight will be around, but if for any reason, yes, then I'm gonna share the list of the soul age groups that I completely forgot the words of. But also, before we continue with that one, do know I have added a new series of paid, free, and live content. We won't start with it today, but we will get to it throughout the weeks. I will decide on the calendar for lives and keep you all posted, especially for this series, because it will be one that will carry on for quite some time. As a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age Group Functional Inner Child Adult, I'm a mentor, content creator, and podcast host. And what I love about being a 5D mystic is that I actually have the human element. Thank you, Jesus, God, Holy Spirit, and attachment trauma educators who have informed me of what a prefrontal cortex is, and I got one. So our Q&As will involve mindful mindset for success, well-being, and wellness lifestyle, including spiritual mystic life, so spiritual growth, the real kind, not the self-righteous individuals who could use. So self-righteous, the word, is not the situation that I'm talking about. Self-righteous, the low frequency, is what needs patritam to reparent the child that is not yet grown up. And I'm going to leave it all to the side. So let me go to number one. The first three questions we answered, they are live today. They're on the episode called Q&As on mindful mindset for success, well-being, and wellness in lifestyle, including spiritual mystic life. So you can find it if you just go to the IHP main page. And you can tune in on YouTube or Spotify. And if you don't use Spotify, other podcasts as well. So you can find IHP, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, all of it. There's like 11 of them. The questions that, again, we'll represent or we'll talk about on lives too, because there's so much behind every question that, like, one episode will not satisfy anyone who is living a spiritual and mindful life. We know this. Oh, it's so, and as we gain more information with different scientists, different spiritual collectives and all that, in a way of sharing it, not like somebody owning it. We also know, please, let's not demonize our brothers and sisters who just need help to get out of the self-righteous low frequency of what is shame, which comes from when their childhood, and more than just that. So, okay, the 3 questions that you'll find answered in the episode, and then we're going to get to our soul age groups. Hi, welcome. Give me 1 minute, and we're going to get to the list of soul age groups if you are tuning in because you're curious of them. Number 1, how to balance spiritual growth with everyday responsibilities. Hi. Thank you for saying hi. And number 2, what are the most effective ways to cultivate mindfulness in daily life? And number 3, I am bilingual though. I speak English and Italian and French. And 3, how to overcome spiritual ego. What I tell you in the episode, if you tune in again, is what I've been reiterating and sharing, and I will you will hear me say it. Hi, Guru T Tutorial. Oh, I love it. I love that. Nice title. So you will be interested, Guru T Tutorial on the soul age groups. I'm getting there in a minute. I'll give the source. And then what I am talking about right now is that I have a list of Q&As that I'll be looking at. Not today. Today is going to be a short live, but over time with the lives, then the free content of IHP on YouTube and Spotify and paid, because there's so many questions that I was excited to share with Moonlight, who yesterday asked a bunch with astral travel and oversoul. And so I got the idea of let me get, a bunch of questions started. So the first 3 are reviewed in an episode from today, but that won't be the last time we talk about these. Number 3, how to overcome spiritual ego. So as I share, ego is ego. It's not good or bad. Spirit is not egoic. If you know that, you stay humble, and none of us are God or divinity. We're a piece of, so we don't lose ourselves. That's why how to overcome spiritual ego and stay grounded in one's journey. You keep your human name in the forefront, and you remember you have a self. And if you're a functional inner child adult, so you're a person who enjoys, we all have flaws and imperfections, but we bring our ventral vagal state. We bring ease to our interactions. We can learn that. Hey, thank you. Yes, it is amazing. It's amazing to be a mystic in these times, and because we actually have science and spirituality coming together, which we'll also talk. I'm not going to give you the list of the 10 questions. I will be adding to it. So we won't be looking at these at the live, but if you are curious, Guru Tutorial, I have a 45-ish minute episode that just got posted on YouTube. You can check it out. The title is Q&As on Mindful Mindset for Success, Well-Being, and Wellness Lifestyle, including Spiritual Mystic Life. And it answers the 3 questions, well, talks about, because really there's many answers. Now to give you the soul age groups, because again, I do have a time crunch and I don't want to leave anyone hanging again because I was so sad. Sorry, not sad, but I ran off because I had to. And then I don't know if Moonlight will hear and anybody who was here yesterday, but I usually have a better memory, but in this case, I forgot it. Okay, so for any of you who want, because you do use internet, let me share with you the source. That way you can find it on your own. Loner Wolf, you see right here, Loner Wolf. You can go and grab that, or just go to Google while you're listening to me or after, and then what soul age are you? Please remember, we're not one thing at all, and anybody who is on a spiritual journey will know this. We are many things. But what is fascinating is that as I learned about attachment trauma, and I'm already with the mystic and having experiences, what I noticed was the people who get given choice points, sometimes it seems like I actually have a story, but I want to tell you the ages first, because otherwise I'm going to go off on my story tangents, which are fun for me to share, but I have a time deadline. Okay, so infant souls. You'll see that it'll be like this. It tells you, and it's really good. It's a good list. Remember not to close it up in a box, but if you are in tune with spirit and expanding, you will definitely say, okay, I've met them. So infant souls, their primary focus is being alive. The lessons to learn are basic life skills, survival, mortality, physicality. I won't read all of it, otherwise it'll take too long, but you can also with your own self want to go take notes. The age comparison, they say 0 to 4. 2, baby souls, the primary focus is belonging. So the lessons they learn are social structure, rules, roles, human relations. So right here is where I can definitely see why an adaptive child part person, a person in their self-righteous energy, might stay in the baby souls, because they might not ever move beyond learning how to be flexible with different social structures. 3, young souls, primary focus is independence. Again, this is Lunar Wolf, not mine, just sharing. And I won't read all of it, that way I can avoid anyone kind of being upset. And I do collaborate with other channels, but it's not always easy to get a hold of all of them. So 3, young souls, primary focus, independence, lessons to learn, personal advancement, free will, personal achievement. 4, we have mature souls, interpersonal harmony. So that's within oneself, which is really fun. And then we have 5, old souls, spiritual fulfillment. And so here's where, when I'm watching any of the people who, so there's a Zen master I make fun of. That's because he says, you can't be in enlightenment frequency. Everyone has laundry. And I'm like, well, that means you don't know how to cry with your prefrontal cortex. Zen master, Zen. Zen, there's no Zen in somebody who doesn't know how to, and again, I'm not making fun, it's an actual muscle, your integrated brain. So if you don't know how to bring your prefrontal cortex down and you're using your temporal junction, you're going to feel tired after a cry, not liberated. That's what rumination does. So when I think of that Zen master, I then think of old souls, spiritual fulfillment, because they learn lessons to learn, non-attachment, autonomy, wise counsel, spiritual awareness. And usually the characteristics, so it's really in depth, which is why it's a really good gist of it to have for yourself and then to notice. Solitary, spiritual, detached, philosophical, humanitarian, tired, unmotivated, and pathetic. I think of the unmotivated bit, and then I think of Sadhguru, and I'm like, look, there's enlightened Sadhguru out there. You can do it. You don't have to stop and be basically a bummer and not know how to do emotions. You're not done yet, Zen master. Okay, so that's my personal subjective opinion, but I'm one person, right? So they get to choose for themselves. So I can understand why some people won't move into the enlightenment soul age group or the expanded fun ones of us. So this one, the age comparison, they say 56 plus, and it's like, who says 56 are boring? I'm 45. I believe I can fly. Focus, you choosing for your job. I don't understand the question, but are you focusing, maybe you're focusing on choosing your job? Why a business? I don't do acronyms. Can you expand Y-A. Your own business? Are you a business owner? Okay, number 6, elder souls. Number 6, elder souls are completion of the soul age cycle. Okay, so that's where that enlightenment soul age group, and typically, in fact, when you go and read the definition, it's spiritual masters and enlightened ones. And we've talked about spiritual masters. Choosing from job and business for me. Good, good. So you're focusing on that. That's really great. Yes. And by the way, the soul age groups, you're not just one of them. So you can identify with that which resonates with what you are and where you're at, which is why, again, I tease, because some people make it sound like you're done expanding this Zen master who tells people you cannot be in the enlightenment frequency and then goes on to talk about his laundry. He's trying to tell you to watch out for charlatans, meaning fake ones. A fake, to me, spiritual master, guru, prophet, or enlightened one is someone like him, because you don't know how to use the embodiment of the nervous system, because I'm attachment trauma educated. He doesn't know how to use his prefrontal cortex. Physically speaking, 21, that's such a great, wow. Okay, so 21, you're just starting. I mean, I am 45. I'm going to say that you're already on line with the title Guru T Tutorial, so you already know what you're going to do. I think Guru, right? Online business, huh? Tutorials, and AI maybe can support you to then with your own experience. I do this, I'm sorry, you might not know this. This means your left, your chatter, and your right, your heart works together. So, oh, cool. Okay. So for your job, that's great that you're focusing on your job and actually keep that heart in the forefront. I wake up every morning excited to come do IHP content. And then I'm also an online marketer. And I like to work with the businesses that are successful because they care. Successful businesses. Today I was talking about that to professionals. So cleaning, teeth cleaning. Right? When you go to dentists, I don't know if any of you have been there, but as a marketing professional and a mentor and a content creator and entrepreneur, but just as a consumer who is intelligent, so I was taught what quality is, I know the difference. So whatever you are doing, Guru, just make sure it's quality. So you put your heart in it, and then you use all that lovely technology. I'm starting to look into AI. I haven't looked into it enough, and I know it can support us as long as we have balance. The human element can't be taken away from anyone. That's where spiritual and mystics who are in the Enlightenment Soul Age group or that 5D collective don't think of any group as more special than others, especially with God, Akash, Source, consciousness, infinity, and beyond. I mean, really, from the perspective of Source, we are all a piece of it. How far you take it, the Soul Age groups, I use it again to explain to you when I saw the list. Sorry, motor school. And I also saw that countries have soul age groups. I understand how they are always being given choice points to uncharge. So emotions have charges. And then I'm going to have to let you all go. But emotions, the left will pick up that emotion. Okay? And so the emotion, as long as you're processing anger, sadness, fear, surprise, happiness, disgust, right? So we don't think, oh, God sent me evil. Oh, God sent me this. People who use those narratives, they use a story, which means they don't process what's taking place. Also, science proves there's no demons inside bodies of anyone. Attachment trauma educators, and I have many courses. I don't want to bore you with that. So this is Zen master. I'll use him as an example. He's telling people you can't be in enlightenment frequency because he has laundry, which means he has not a good time crying. I cry all the time. No, not all the time, but I'm saying I'll cry. It's a good cry. So there's a healthy cry, and then there's an unhealthy, and the scientists explain it. So when they explain that your emotions last 90 seconds, that's when you're using your prefrontal. The people who are not capable of doing this yet, it's because they feel and think, and it weighs them down, which means they're using a body in protection. And that's why the attachment trauma educators are awesome and prove that, which I already knew from God. All my brothers and sisters are made perfectly. But one, Jesus shared how to forgive, and the Holy Spirit shared how to stay open-hearted, and the scientists proved, yeah, they continue to prove it. My brothers and sisters, if they don't choose, like this Zen master, to learn how to cry with his prefrontal, he's always going to suffer crying. And that's why Buddha and I have a thing. because I make fun of the suffering bit, and God tells me to not judge human suffering, a waste of my fucking time. And I say, okay, God, but they're not wanting to grow up. They can become amazing, and then they can forgive, and then they can laugh, and they can get mad like an angry, I'm not a Buddhist, an angry Christian Catholic who's a mystic, who isn't welcomed by all because some people decided to stay stuck in time for some reason. No, there's an answer. I just can't share it with you right now. But besides the soul age group, so that's one of those answers that I have, that I can say, okay, he's in obviously the spiritual old fart group of, oh, life so sucks. And, oh, yes, Bitcoin learning. Yeah, okay. I'm not a mathematician guru. Bitcoin, I so wanted to learn it. I'm like, I'm lost. And so I will be letting you all go, though, shortly. So now you have the soul age groups. Anyone who tunes in at a certain point, I was happy to be able to share that. As for you, guru, again, remember, keep your heart in the forefront, offer quality, care about what you're bringing. Leave behind something that the future generations can look to. So it's about being open-hearted, knowing that nothing is perfect. And actually, I think Gary Vaynerchuk, I don't follow him always, but I have grown very enamored with his very good and wise input. He helps a lot of guru tutorial. You want to succeed business? Go follow Gary Vaynerchuk. He knows a bunch of things. You will, yes, him. And then for Bitcoin, I don't know anyone for Bitcoin, but he might. And then there's some other person. Let me see. Actually, hi, Matbi. Okay, so hold on. Let me find out if I can quickly grab the name of this other very successful entrepreneurs. It's always good to go watch and hear their wisdom. And in this case, we have, where are you? Nope. Not here. Okay. I watch way too many things. Okay, well, I haven't found it. But Gary Vaynerchuk is great. He gives good advice. And what he was saying was, in an entrepreneur, you're going to accept that it might not go well. And if it fails, business, whatever it is, then you take responsibility for it, because, that's the point. But be involved with your heart, and be involved to leave something behind that is going to share wisdom. And so while we do have a lot of suffering out there and things that are not going well, when you actually hear some of those who explain what suffering is, and this is from a Shaolin master, he's a Buddhist master: anger, hatred, greed, ignorance. And yes, people are ignorant. They don't notice that their body is in protection, and they don't go heal and become integrated. So they suffer emotions like the Zen master who has laundry. Instead, emotions with our embodied brain, it's a human brain, you all can do it. You all can get to use your prefrontal cortex, because I learned from the attachment trauma educators, all the modern day therapists. So every person who heals, if they have attachment wounds, and then you become self-led. So the soul age groups, again, I gave you an idea of something that I have seen. I continue to see that the ones who are baby soul age groups, I know them. And I can't say it's good or bad, because it's not. But I will tell you, humanly speaking, those are all people who are emotionally immature. They have manners. I tell one of the stories is, I'm not good enough to be saluted. I'm translating. This is a human being who I didn't speak to for 3 years, and I still don't. They're a stranger. I just didn't want to be their friend, and really it wasn't personal. And they didn't make it personal. They were upset that evening at someone else who did something, but really their behavior is consistently endorsed by their own self. So this is what emotionally immature people, not mature, they don't go and get themselves into therapist room with Terry Real, who would make them into a grown-up, or Patrick Tiahan. No, but this dude, the next time he saw me, he thinks he taught me a lesson in common courtesy, because the next time I did look at him, since he was next to a friend of mine, and I wasn't about to not look at him, because am I not decent enough to be saluted? That means you didn't say, in Italy, we say hello with kisses. And yes, I've consistently not engaged in friend. I don't want to be his friend. There was nothing except for that. And so I consistently communicated the same. But in his drunkenness, bad mood, he decided to share and actually just let out bullshit. And the next time I saw him, he said, at least you looked at me. So that's a person who's endorsing their own, what's called adaptive child part behavior. Thank you, Terry Real. Man, he's awesome. So Terry Real is a therapist. And he helps people if you want to find him on YouTube. And Patrick Tiahan is also a therapist, and he's also on YouTube. And they're both awesome, and they both help anyone. So Guru, you stay open-hearted, do things for the right reasons, support air, water, food, and humanity. And let's all allow ourselves to respect each other. Thank you so much for engaging, and all of you who are sticking around. Here's Sadhguru, love the man. How can you love one and hate the other when the same divine exists in all? And that is the hypocrisy of anyone who is, whether mystic or spiritual, when they're in their self-righteousness. I'm hugging you back, Guru. I love hugs. They activate the ventral vagal state. And that's why I didn't give mixed messages to my guy not friend, because my guy friends, they said, are you sure you told him right, Maria? I said, I gave him the cold shoulder like you told me I'm supposed to, because if I give hugs all over the place, since I do that, then I have to expect that men will think that I want to lay with them to be polite, because I won't be explicit while I have lives. When I am doing the recorded YouTubes, I can definitely curse, but see, it's really different when I'm engaging with the live audience. Here is where, so the girls said, the women, excuse me, maybe you're too serious. Maybe you get in his face. I'm like, no. And then my mother just said, you didn't tell him you didn't like him. That's bad manners. No, Mom, I didn't. I just didn't interact with him. No girlfriend? Okay, well, it's okay, Guru. There's no rush. You do your thing. Become all that you want to be. And when you wake up in the morning, be happy. And then notice your energy levels. And do remember neuroception, Dr. Amy Pijan. So again, the body speaks. The brain translates. You want an inner growth mindset, and you want to notice how you're feeling. And it's not a bad thing to have to heal parts of ourselves. I don't think there's any more stigma, but I do see a lot of people, spiritual bypassers, spiritual egos, those who are not understanding that they're in self-righteous low frequency. They're using their clears and their downloads to say, I'm better than someone else. No, you're not. I'm a healer. How dare you trauma dump? Wow, that's not a healer. And who are you healing? And wow, why are you going to call people names? So all people have a life. We all can become the best version of ourselves. Guru T tutorial, remember that. And do things from the heart. Gary Vee is a great influence. Go follow him for business advice and all this other stuff. And he's, also because he's keeping up with the trends. So that's the other part. I didn't find the other guy, but he was also really great, and he was being interviewed and gave some good advice. So Sadhguru again, if you realize that life is truly precious, you will devote yourself to life, its ways, and its source. And it is awesome. So I can tell you, enlightenment, soul age group, 5D mystic plane, beautiful. Grounded in humanity. Good, yes, thank you. Yes, that's exactly, yep, learning, yes, yeah, yes, that's actually, always do the best. Wait, Guru, I will try to find that link for you if that's what you're interested in. Always do the best you can for whoever is around you, because tomorrow either they may be gone or you may be gone. Thank you, Sadhguru, and also Sadhguru, his wisdom. One thing every human being can strive for is to leave this world a little better, even just a little better than it was when you entered it. And when we leave it with ventral vagal state, and all our trauma charges healed, and we are looking to bring forth our emotional mature, mental mature, physical mature life, what better way? The future is different than the past. I'm 45. I'm loving online world. I've been an online marketer since 2005 or 2007. I've been on. It's amazingly changing. So Guru, I'm gonna and everybody else who's here, give me 1 minute. I'll give you a good source for the YouTube if you are all interested in it too, because it was a really good video. So I have a title for you. I just need to get my history and then I will leave. Okay, so here is 7 new social media trends you need to know right now. Think media. Hold on, I'll show you the podcast. Okay. Can you see? That way. So, hi, my name is Dikush. Hopefully I pronounced it right. Dikush, the Hush. Thank you for letting me know your name. And oh wait, there's an L, Dilkush. And I'm sorry that I'm not pronouncing it at all correctly. My name's Maria. And so 7 new social media trends you need to know right now. The Think Media podcast, YouTube growth tips with Sean Cannell. So Dilkush. Thank you, Dilkush. Thank you, Dilkush. And this was really good. So this man, Sean, S-E-A-N, Cannell. Okay, go find this video. He was given really great advice. So if you are looking to do and learn business with YouTube, I gave you 2 sources, Gary Vee and this video, but I'm thinking you want to go and get a hold of Sean Cannell's page. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you for interacting. Awesome. Yes, that's great. And the lives get reposted and reshared. So you can also subscribe if you want, touch P, like. The engagement helps, all the channel grow, but you can also find this very video where we interacted, if I'm not mistaken, on my channel. So you can review that one, Guru, Dilkush. Thank you, Dilkush. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for everyone tuning in. And if you do have any of those lovely questions, or if you come back around, I'll make sure to try and use the titles better. So thank you. Have a good one.